Because the government's been lying to us for decades. And the UAP issue, and I'm skeptical, okay? I want evidence. I want to see an alien on a gurney before I admit to you, hey, they're extraterrestrial in the universe. Like, roll that thing in on a gurney so everybody can see it. But it's a bipartisan issue. I mean, Democrats and Republicans, it's actually a unifying issue because of the secrecy of the federal government and certain federal agencies who've hidden information, maybe even from the President of the United States, but who've certainly hidden information from Congress. So there was a report, just for example, from this agency called AARO, A-A-R-O, that is supposed to be tracking UAP anomalies. And they put a report out, their first report they put out in May of this year. And they said every single unidentified aerial phenomenon has been debunked. We have an answer for all of them. And so the answer is 0, that there are no unknown flying objects out there. We know what they are in every single case, which right off the bat, you know is a lie, because statistically, it's never going to be 0, right? So if there's nothing there, then why lie about it? And then there's the whole idea of overclassification. Like the American public can't know how much of their money, their tax dollars, are being spent on UAP programs. Have we been lied to about crash retrieval programs? We have multiple witnesses now under oath on the stand saying yes. Then they're saying we are learning from the technology and reverse engineering the technology. So then it's a national security issue. Are we winning the arms race if there's an arms race? And we have multiple witnesses under oath saying there is an arms race. So from that perspective, just from a national security perspective, defense and offensive perspective, just government transparency, before we even talk about little green men, you know that you're being lied to. And it's crazy to me that this is where we are. And so I'm hoping that we'll have more disclosure, even if it's controlled disclosure. I agree, if this is out there, we want to make sure that we are protecting technology if we have it and we own it and we're using it. I would like to know that China doesn't have it. I want to know that Russia doesn't have access to it, or Iran. I want to know that we are doing our best to protect it. If it's in the hands of private government contractors, as we learned in our last hearing a couple weeks ago, who are those contractors and who has access to the information and technology? I would want to make sure that it is absolutely protected. And if it's with private contractors, are they doing that to skirt the law and the Constitution? There are all sorts of constitutional questions. And so a lot of people have been sending me, there's so much documentation out there, declassified information now. Like, I've seen memos between the FBI and the U.S. Army where they're saying, we'll help you with this crash retrieval program, but you have to give us access to the crashed craft that the government tells us doesn't exist. So it's just, I am more of a believer now today than I was, but I want evidence. I want facts. I want data. I want spreadsheets. It's got to be black and white. There has to be information. I've got to be able to see it and put my hands on it.